Yeah, I mean, I may expect to be back very soon. He's running well. Breck Shea's back tomorrow into training, full training. Won't be ready for the weekend, but he's made great strides. First ever muscle injury he's had. So for someone at his age, it's been, we've took our time, but he's put in some tremendous work, and it'd be great to have him back in with us. We've missed him. I may probably the weekend might be a little bit too soon, but we're going to push for that. Maybe Philadelphia might be a little bit more realistic. Nick Marsman, day to day. But what I would say is Drake Callender's playing fantastically well, so we're going to make sure that we get Nick's back right. He's been playing on it for a couple of weeks, and we don't want to take any risks there. Apart from that, we've got a fully fit squad. Gonzalo did unbelievable the other night just to play 45 minutes. He's trained once in 4 weeks. That was part of his training, and he got through it. Probably could have played a little bit more, but I didn't want to risk anything. So he's ahead of his curve in terms of his fitness, and probably for the first time this season, we're beginning to see probably all our players fit, all our players chomping at the bit. The training this morning was really competitive, and that's what you get when you get everybody back fit and well.
Robbie came out a little bit after the rest of the group. Is he fine for the weekend? Or?
Yeah, hope so.
Dealing with something or injury?
I think he obviously. The second day after a game is always the most important and crucial day to recover people and to make sure that you've got no knocks or bruises. And he's one that obviously takes maybe a little bit longer than the rest to recover from games. I said to the players this morning that I was really emotional with them at half time, emotional and frustrated and angry because in the 7 previous games, even though we'd lost 2, I think, or 6 previous games we'd lost 2. Every single game I saw a certain value and a certain level of performance and attitude, and I felt we just dipped below that. So we had a little bit of a joke this morning that maybe 1 every 7 we can allow just maybe 45 minutes of that, even though I don't like it. But every now and again you do suffer. We've made a lot of changes. I've got to take some responsibility for that. And looking at the games in the US Open Cup, looking at the games last night, I watched all the games last night. The coverage was fantastic. Every single MLS team struggled, or it was a tough game, or it was hard against the USL Championship and USL Division League One teams, and that is the cup competitions. I said at the start of the evening that I just wanted to be in the next round, and that's what they delivered. And but my expectations are that I want us to be better. I thought it was unacceptable. They know that, they've listened to it, they've accepted it, and Saturday I want us to get back up to levels that I know we can. And we're playing against a team with a new coach that's had a bounce, definitely had a bounce in terms of performances. They've signed some really good forward players who are in form, and we know from our experiences last year that this is going to be a difficult game. Yeah, well, I think what I've got to balance as a head coach is that knowing full well where I want this team to go, and accepting along the way there's going to be the odd bump and bruise, and knowing that we're still in the building phase of building a new team, so there's going to be the odd moment when it just doesn't all gel, and that was what it felt like the other night. It just didn't gel, it didn't feel right. It felt like more last season than this season, just for a period of time. We stabilised it in the second half and we won the game. I think the pleasing thing is, even in games like against New England, games where last season I think we would have really lost by 5, 6, 7, or we did lose by 5 last year at a lot of times. And games like the other night we probably would have lost, where I think there's an inner determination now, and those are great qualities to have as a team, and we're still building. Yeah, it's difficult. Yeah, it's difficult because I think there's a level of expectation, and that was unacceptable the other night. Totally unacceptable for an Inter Miami team to play like they did in the first half. I think everyone accepted that, and I think the good thing is they accepted it. Sometimes in life, particularly in the modern era, people find it hard to accept the truth nowadays. People find it hard to accept actually being told actually what you see. And I have a team that's got real accountability. I've got a team that's accepted it. I've got a team that understood and believed in it. And really in modern day football and modern day life, that is hard to come by, because people don't like to be told the truth nowadays. They like to be told unlucky. They like to be told maybe next time. They like to be told, just maybe wait for the next game. It'll be okay, yeah, we'll survive. You wake up in the morning, but the way that I was brought up, the way that this club needs to be, we can't be afford to be like that. We've got to tell the honest truth, and we've got a team that loves that kind of honesty. But yeah, it's a busy stretch, and we've got to really work hard at it. I think freshness, balancing between work and rest is really important. I always think when you go onto these types of runs, you go onto a little bit of autopilot. You don't have time to over evaluate. You don't have time to overthink things. And almost things come more spontaneous, which is sometimes the better thing. We've got games coming up. We've had a training session this morning. 70% of the team trained, 30% was recovering. Tomorrow we'll have everybody back. Saturday we've got 2 games. We've got a game against DC, and MLS2 have got a game. Then we're in on Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, ready to go to Philadelphia. And we're like that. But I think as a footballer, I loved it when I was a footballer. You know, just getting on the treadmill and grinding out the games, because I've got to say it's better than training. You know, when you go out onto the Drive Pink or you go and play in Philadelphia, that is where you want to be. And these guys have trained hard enough, and now they're ready to play. No, I thought against Charlotte he was really good when he came on, really composed. We pushed him beyond the limits on Tuesday night. He probably should have come off after 60, but you know what? I think the only way to get fit is by pushing the boundaries, by making them durable. And I think because of the way that Jovin is, because of his laid-back attitude, because of his laid-back personality, is that you take for granted how much football means to him. And when he played for the MLS2 side, he came on against Orlando for 20 minutes, 30 minutes. After the game, he was really emotional. He thanked all his teammates, and you think to yourself, well, that's not like Jovin. But you realise then that beneath the surface, there's someone that cares a lot about football. He's been out for 9 to 12 months. He's had such a bad time through injuries and getting his visa. He was away for 10 days a couple of weeks ago with his visa. So we're now hoping to see the Jovin Jones that we signed, someone that can be a real asset with him and Kieran and Noah. We feel as if we've got real quality in that left back position, and Chris McVeigh. So we're strong.